Okay, well, good afternoon to those people who are joining us. Welcome to the webinar. We're going to be waiting for the people to join us and be part of the webinar. So yeah, we'll wait whilst people are joining us. So good afternoon, those who are joining us. Great to see you all. We'll wait till a couple of minutes past when we'll make a start. So yeah, we'll just wait a couple of minutes to let people in. Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome to those who are joining us now. Welcome to this webinar. We're going to wait whilst people are joining us. We'll wait till probably about 2 minutes past, and then we'll get started. Okay, so yeah, just bear with us, and whilst we wait for people to join. So good afternoon to those who are just joining us. We're just waiting for a few people to join us and be part of the webinar. We'll start, as I said, about 2 minutes past. So just bear with us as people join us. Yeah, welcome to those who are just joining us. Okay, just wait a couple of moments and then we'll get started. Just waiting for the last few to join us, which is great. Welcome to those who just joined us. Okay, right, it's 2 minutes past. I think we'll make a start. So thank you firstly for joining us. Happy New Year to you all. And I do hope you're all well and that your families are safe and well. This is now the 8th webinar of the series and the first one of 2021. We're going to talk about the new Bespoke e-Brochure, the GemWare e-Brochure, to explain about why we have created these. You will hear about how you can promote your e-brochures and a look at how these tools include in the e-brochure and access guides for our teams, access guides and our teams to get more help for this. So really a comprehensive look at what you can do. You'll hear today from myself, you'll hear from Noel McCambridge, our head of sales, you'll hear from Kelly Mansfield, our marketing manager, and Richard Vanstone, our sales manager for the UK and Ireland. The session should last around 20 to 25 minutes with time for questions. Ian Whitsey, our product manager, will be running the presentation and monitoring questions and comments throughout. We also have a number of our Nevilles team members on this webinar today. You're all as standard in mute mode with cameras off. You will see on every page there's a QR code which we ask that you use. Open your camera in your smartphone and this takes you into a very short feedback questionnaire which will be very helpful. There is a link to this when you leave this webinar as well, and it's really important for us to get this feedback. We do hope you find this webinar useful. If you have technology issues, I hope we don't, but if you do, there is a recording available to all participants. Okay, next slide, please, Ian. Okay, so firstly, we'd like you to share with us how you feel about using and promoting the e-brochure with a quick poll. Right, so this works as Ian's going to launch this and you have the following options to choose from. So how do you feel about the brochure? Okay, I've not really started, but it's on my to-do list. I've started, but I feel like I need a lot of help. I'm feeling confident, but could do with a bit more training. I'm very confident and a couple of tips would be great, or I'm a superstar. So please choose from those options. I'll give you probably about 15 seconds and then Ian will actually put that up onto the screen and we can see what people's views are. Okay, over to you,
Ian. Just a couple more people possibly waiting to answer the question. I'll give it another couple of seconds.
Okay, do you want to share that?
We'll leave that there. And I will share the results now.
Okay, great. Well, that's a really broad range of needs. It's good to see we've got a superstar with us as well. That's great. So we'll pass the training over to them. That's great. But a lot of people have really looked like they're not started yet on the to-do list. And so, yeah, we've got a good broad range of needs. So that's gives us a good idea of where people are and what we need to do to make everyone feel more comfortable with the e-brochure. So that's great. Thank you very much for that. Okay, next slide, please, Ian. Okay, so Niall and I wanted to share with you why we moved to a bespoke e-brochure after many years of printed brochures. I'll talk about 3 areas, and Niall will then share 3 areas where we believe this was a good move for Nevilles, for our distributor partners, and for the users of Genware products. Changes and challenges. After 2020 and the unique challenges that we all faced, we did see that 2021 would be another challenging year for Nevilles, and we knew that there would be some changes during the year. Product changes with manufacturer challenges, pricing changes that we're all seeing. Paper brochures are out of date as soon as they are sent to print, and we did feel this would not be a good thing for 2021. We have also seen the change in behaviour of all of us as we become much more adept at managing digital tools. So we felt this was the right time to make the change. Learning and development, learning and knowledge. We did feel that we were well placed to make the change. Our experience in digitising the Genware brochure 3 years ago has really helped us in the process, and our knowledge of digital and e-commerce extends back to 2002. The data behind the usage of the brochure last year shows a huge uplift in the use of this from our distributor partners, their sales teams, right through to end user groups and Genware customers right across the world. Our investment in in-house brochure and digital design expertise meant that we have the right resources to make this work. Cost drivers. The costs involved in a printed brochure are significant. Once photography, design, artwork, product management, and the marketing teams have created the final artwork, the print and paper costs were a large part of the project costs. There are further costs that both Nevilles and our distributor partners have, and Niall will cover these as part of his presentation. I'll now pass on to Niall, who will be able to take you through some of these other reasons why we have switched to digital and our brochure. Over to you, Niall. Next slide, please.
Thanks, Andrew, and hello, everybody. Yeah, so why did we change? The distribution advantages. The Genware printed brochure has been around since the early 70s and has seen products continually added to the range. Over the past 10 years, Nevilles product development, alongside our investment in lifestyle imagery and imagery overall, has meant that the brochure is now at a point where commercially it's at a size which is very costly to post or even to send by a carrier. We have distributors in over 30 countries as well, which gives added distribution challenges and costs for Nevilles, but also for our distributor partners. We also believe that by using the new e-brochure, you, our distributors, can get it distributed more widely across your customer base, but also across potential customers at no additional costs. Interactivity. We've worked really hard to ensure the new Genware brochure delivers great interactivity, which some of you on this webinar will have seen from the 2020 Genware e-brochure. You will hear during this webinar about some fantastic interactive features, our e-brochure, about fantastic features of our e-brochure and how to get the very best out of it. Some key features that you will hear and see about today. The Bespoke e-brochure gives interactivity that can bring customers directly back to your website or back to you as a customer through your inquiry email or contact details. Hyperlinks to use when you're communicating to your customers, again a great feature to continue this sort of communication of your new Bespoke e-brochure. Annotating pages and the inquiry form. Great for our distributors, customers to create an inquiry to send to you for pricing or samples, and also a very good function to generate inquiries for new business opportunities. Environmental factors. The environmental impact of the Nevilles with Nevilles not producing a paper printed brochure is significant. The manufacturing of paper impacts negatively on the environment in lots of ways, including the production of waste, the use of precious natural resources such as water and trees, as well as the release of air pollution into the atmosphere. Last year, our catalogue and new product supplements together created approximately 37 million pages, which will all have seen a level of them, which we will have seen a level of those ending up into landfill, which is not what we want. There is added environmental impact from the cartons that we use for the brochures. So last year we printed 80,000 brochures, which produced 8,000 cardboard boxes, again having a negative effect and quite a dramatic effect on the environment. And I think lastly, the distribution of the printed brochure for us and for our customers also adds to the significant overall impact. So that's all from me. I'll pass you over to Kelly. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Niall, and afternoon, everybody. So everyone that requested a bespoke e-brochure, you should have all received an email from me last Monday, the 11th of January, with your own unique link. This link will be live and hosted throughout 2021. The link won't change, so throughout the year when the brochure is updated with our new product launches, it will automatically update. And we will communicate this out to everyone when each update is made. But just for your diaries now, the brochure will be updated at the beginning of April, the beginning of July, and the beginning of October. So just referring back to the email that I sent last week, when you click on the link in my email that says click here to access your copy, your brochure will appear on the screen. So just using the fictitious distributor XYZ Trading, you will see in the example on the screen that the link to your brochure is displayed at the top of the toolbar, and it will start with content.udo.com. So now that you have your link, the next question is, what can I now do with this? So there are many ways that you can do this, but I've identified 4 main areas to help get you all started. These are embedding onto your website, posting onto your social media channels, sending out in a dedicated email communication, and placing in your day-to-day email communications as your email signature. And I'll run through each of these now with you. Next slide, please, Ian. So firstly, embedding onto your website. If you have a company website, you can embed this link into various different areas on your website so that it can be clickable by your website visitors. So just using our Nevilles website as an example, we have a website banner that we created for our homepage, and when this is clicked on, it opens up our general brochure. A little bit further down the page, we have a small hero image further down that has an image and description of our brochure that once again is clicked on and it opens up the brochure. And then further down the homepage, there's a footer section at the bottom of the website that says download brochure, which again is clickable. So as you can see, it's really good to have your brochure both at the top and the bottom of your homepage, so this can be clicked on at various points when your visitor is browsing. So if you manage your website internally, you'll be able to take the link and embed this into the various areas that you like. But if not, and you work directly with a website provider, then you can provide them the link and obviously along with any other imagery that you wish to use to accompany this. Next slide, please, Ian. So you can also post your link onto your social media channels if you have these, such as Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I've given the example of our Instagram account on the screen, as unlike the other social media channels where the link you insert is shortened and clickable directly through to your brochure, with Instagram it isn't clickable, so the link has to be copied and pasted into a web browser. But you can also refer your followers to a link in your bio. Now, the bio section of Instagram is hosted by Linktree, which you access via your Instagram account, and it's free to set up. And then you can add in links to your brochure, any other brochures that you might have, your website, as you can see on the screen there. Also, on all of your social media accounts, you can also include some imagery when people first visit your account. So this could also be your front cover as well. Next slide, please, Ian. So you can send a link to your email to your mailing list. So you can either do this using a specific email package that you might use, such as MailChimp, for example. But you'll be able to insert the link into your email templates. But if you don't have this, you can quickly and easily use Microsoft Outlook to do this as well. So there are two ways that you can embed the link, and I've given these examples on the screen here. So very much like the email that I sent you all last week, I was able to use an insert hyperlink tool within Outlook, and I made the brochure link into a hyperlink. So I was able to insert text that said, click here to access your copy. And then obviously this was clickable and opens up your bespoke brochure. Now, if you don't want to do that or you don't feel comfortable doing that, the alternative is to very simply write your email out, and you can insert your full URL link into your brochure into the email. And then this will be clickable by anyone receiving your email. Next slide, please, Ian. And finally, if you have an email signature tool at the bottom of your day-to-day email communications, you can embed the link to your brochure here. Now, this is what we do at Nevilles. However, if you don't use a specific email signature tool, you can also insert your own signature using the Microsoft Outlook signature tool. And you can simply type download our brochure, for example, and include the link. And then that will automatically be sent to every email that you send out. So these are the four main areas to get you started, which I hope you find useful. I'll now pass you over to Richard. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. Good afternoon, everyone. Good to be here with you all. So we've reviewed some of the fantastic functions of the e-brochure today and also in past webinars, including the shopping basket, which really is a key attribute to delivering leads and making your e-brochure work for you. But today I've got a couple of further key functions I'd like to demo with you, which is bookmarking a page and sharing your brochure. I will be sharing these as recorded videos today, taken from Kelly's pre-recorded catalogue. And as reference to all of these videos, they can be found on Kelly's email that you received last week, or on the front page of the Nevilles website. You can find them under the marketing support section. Ian, could I have the next slide, please? So whether you're selling or buying, we appreciate our e-brochure is one of many supplier documents that you need to search on a daily basis. Bookmarking a page will assist you when time pressured, for example, on a phone call or presenting the brochure during a virtual meeting. You can highlight a page and return to it to a summary at a later time. This could be, say, during a product review. It's going to help highlight discussion points. Kelly's going to now show us on this function now in a short video. Ian, could you play the video?
The bar icon here allows you to select pages that you wish to make as your favourites. You can bookmark these. So for example, I'll go through to some product pages I would like to bookmark. I'd like to bookmark page 6. I click my mouse on the page, click the star button, and it becomes greyed out. Move along. I'd like to select page 9. And then I'll move along again. I'd like to select this page. Once you've selected all the pages that you would like to make as your favourites, click on this icon here with the 3 columns, and then you can see at the bottom here all the pages that you've bookmarked are down in the section here. If you want to remove any of these sections, then you simply click on the page that you had previously highlighted, and you click the star button again so that it isn't greyed out. And then when you go back, the page has been removed.
In summary, instead of making notes while hosting a customer on a call, why not bookmark the page as a favorite? And this is just one way of using the bookmark function. I'd love to hear of any other uses and ideas that you have. Ian, next slide, please. So naturally, when looking to suggest a product to a client, you will want to share the brochure. So here's a short video on how this function works. Ian, if you could play the video.
The icon with the arrow facing upwards allows you to share the brochure either from the first page of the brochure or from the current page and onwards via email. You click on the email icon and you place within the from box your email address or the email address you'd like it to come from, and then in the to box to the person that you would like to send the email to. You can also add in any comments, and then you click send.
As you see, a very simple process. It's important to note that sharing the current or the first page, the customer will still receive the whole document. For example, if you want to share the Gastronorm cover page, this will be delivered to the customer on page 472. The customer will still be able to scroll left or right to other pages and have full function of the e-brochure. And importantly, it doesn't restrict them and their choice to just one page. Sharing the brochure this way ensures that all relevant detail for a product is also presented to your customers, and not just an image, but exact sizing, color, compatibility, and materials, etc. It will also provide the opportunity to upsell by offering all of the products in a collection on the same page, perfect for product groups such as Terra porcelain, or looking for additions in table presentation. This method will showcase our fantastic lifestyle imagery within the document, bringing the products to life along with suggestions for use. Next slide, please, Ian. So it's just a couple of ideas there of other ways to use the brochure. But further to this, we're offering training and assistance. The sales team is here to help and advise. Please see below a screenshot of our new booking system. This is the Microsoft 365 booking app linked to all of our calendars. You may have noticed a link in the chat box already at the bottom of this page on this webinar. Please have a look, as this is your access point. You can now copy this link or indeed click through to make a booking if you already have a need. We'll also add this to our follow-up email in the next 24 hours. But in short, if you want to book some training, you are now in control. This app gives you visibility on our availability, and within a couple of clicks you can now choose how long you want to meet us, 30 or 60 minutes, who you want to meet, when and what time. You just need to be in front of your camera and or microphone, and at that time we will be there. There is no question too big or too small. We want you to be successful with your new e-brochures, and all of the sales team have been trained and tested, and we look forward to receiving any questions you may have. These meetings will be virtual, and we can load your bespoke brochure onto the presentation ahead of time and tailor the training requirements. And away from the e-brochure, we'll be happy to host any other meeting booked this way. For example, product training on the latest launch, or tender review, sample process, or simply having a coffee and a catch-up in these strange times. Thanks all for your time. I'll pass you back to Andrew for a feedback session.
Great. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Niall. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, great to see the insights into this the new e-brochure and really how we can help to see this grow your business. I think from the first poll, the first one today, we can see that many of you are at the start of the journey of this, and many of you know that there's a lot of learning to do. So we just want to let you know that we are committed to help you every step of the way. Right, so this is the chance for you to give us some feedback on the e-brochure. So there's a few things that you sort of suggestions, what you like, what you don't like, what features you need help with, and what you think will make this tool even better. So if you please use the Q&A tab, I'm now going to hand over to Ian, who's going to be monitoring this as well and be firing the questions through to us. So it's over to you, Ian.
Thank you, Andrew. We'll give you a chance to send in your questions. We do have one in here already. Is the virtual meeting available also for foreign distributors with their local customers? So I'm assuming he's asking whether we're going to make this available, this webinar.
Yeah, I think I can probably answer this and say, probably for Niall, say, yeah, we're very happy to do webinars for customers individually, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. No problem whatsoever. And I think as well, just from meetings as well, very happy to host meetings for international customers, and certainly they can book through the booking system into Carl's diary. So yeah, absolutely no problem.
Great. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. There's another question here. Is there any function to change the prices?
Okay. Kelly?
Yes, it's something that we're looking into. So at the moment we have pounds and euros where applicable, but it is something that I have fed back already, and I will be following up on that as well. So that's hopefully there'll be a possibility to do that in the future.
Great, thank you, Kelly.
Another question here. Can you WhatsApp the brochure link to customers?
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. It's a URL link, so you should be able to do that, no problem at all.
Perfect. There's no more questions currently. I don't know if you want to. Oh, no, one's just come in. Can you set up a discount structure for a client?
Kelly?
Yes, I mean, yeah, these things can be done in terms of obviously the pricing that's within the brochure is the Nevilles list price, but there could be a way of providing that information over so that it comes up into the shopping basket. So obviously I'll take a look into that.
Thank you, Kelly. We've got a few questions now, which is great to see. I have the Nevilles app on my iPad. When I email a page, it preloads my personal email and isn't changeable. Can this from email address be changeable?
Okay, Kelly, there's a few technical questions here.
Yeah, I'll have to come back on that one because I think, so sorry, does that say that when you're typing the email address, so it should come from the email that you're typing it from? So is it saying that it comes up with some options? So if we just read that one again.
Yeah, sorry if I just have a quick a view on this one. I think the difference is that the Nevilles app, which is a slightly different bit of software to what we've got here, is the e-Brochure. But yeah, we have had various situations where we're getting a specific email that's required, and yeah, we're working on that and take that note and come back to that person. If you want to make contact with us, we can look. It's various settings. It's very difficult to answer whether it's Chrome or whether it's through Safari, and there's some settings that we need to amend, and we can talk the individual through.
Great stuff. Thank you, guys.
Some more. Is there a way when you hover over the icons, a brief description shows? So I assume the icons kind of like dishwasher safe, possibly, etc.
Are we talking about on the icons on the top of the e-Brochure or actually on the actual pages?
Not sure, just got over the icons.
Okay, I think the icon, I mean, certainly on the icons, that's a question I can raise and I can look into. And obviously I'll have to look into whether we can add some descriptions on any of those links within the actual brochure as well. So obviously all these questions are great. I'll look into that and see what we can do.
Thank you. How much space will the brochure take up on my phone/laptop? What's the size?
Unfortunately, I can't answer that at the moment, but I can definitely find out.
Thank you. How do you put products in the basket?
Well, so every single product code is highlighted. So when you're actually within the pages of the brochure, you click on a particular product, it will highlight yellow, and then the shopping basket will populate. It does disappear quite quickly, but then there's a shopping basket, the little shopping trolley at the top. You click on that, and your products are in there.
I think just if I add in on that one, Kelly, you've created a suite of mini videos which demonstrate in quite a lot of detail. So I think this webinar was to give a flavour. I think there's an opportunity that there's lots of videos about all the different features, aren't there, Kelly, in that section? Yeah,
so they're all on the email that I sent out last week. They're in the marketing support section under e-Brochure tutorials, and we'll also put them on if we can, we'll put them on the email, the follow-up email that goes out as well. So that should hopefully answer all those questions.
And I think we've got one last question here. Will you be having a printed catalogue option post-pandemic?
That's a very good question. I think it's, the changes that we've made and we felt are necessary to make for this year, meant that doing the e-Brochure was the right choice. I mean, there's a number of companies and industries outside that have moved away from paper brochures. I think this works for us at the moment. We just have to really monitor the use of this over the year. That's the great thing about the e-Brochure, is there's a lot more opportunities for us to monitor really how effective it is. So, so we can do that, and we'll really sort of review that over the course of the year. Okay, I think that's about it, Ian.
Yeah, that's the questions we currently have.
Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so so thank you for those questions. They're great. I think there's a lot of really good stuff. Again, this is a marathon, not a sprint. We've got lots of journey, lots of I suppose yeah, lots of learnings that we've both got to do, and lots of really great things that we think we can do in this, because we do believe in the tool and I think it's great. So, okay, so next slide, please, Ian. Okay, so thank you very much to everybody for listening. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for your feedback. It's really great to see everyone in this new year. You see the email addresses, so please feel free to contact us either now or whenever about questions or queries or things you want to ask. I'll just highlight the next webinar, which is a business update. That's on the 18th of February. We'll be updating on how Nevilles are adapting to the many changes that we're seeing, including the exit of the UK from the EU. So that's certainly worth watching on that one. And so, but we'll highlight that in the agenda closer to the time. So thank you very much for joining us today. Wish you a good rest of the day. I think we're going to leave the webinar open for a while, so you can actually just get the links and make sure that things like you can book the appointments and use the QR code. So it's cheerio from us. Thanks very much and have a good day. Cheers.